Jody has started the recording, so I would like to welcome everyone to the Monday, May 20th, 2024 Village of Lansing Board of Trustees meeting. First thing I'll do is a roll call. Susan Ainsley.
Present.
Wolfgang Bulmer.
Here.
Carolyn Greenhalgh.
Here.
Kathleen Yen. Here. And Ronnie Hardaway's here, so we're all here. Thank you. Okay, we have lots of minutes to approve.
You have to do public comment.
Oh, sorry, I checked off public comment period, sorry. So our next order of business is a public comment period. This is a period when anyone online or in the chambers here can speak on a topic that is not currently on our agenda. Is there anyone in the chambers that would like to speak?
There's no one here.
And no one is online?
Yep.
There is someone on, but
Yes, we have
they
one
don't wish to
public.
speak, so. Seeing none and hearing none, I will move that we close the public comment period.
Second.
Susan seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, public comment period is closed.
Sorry, I didn't see you sneak in.
So we have 4 sets of minutes to approve, and the April 11th and 15th and the May 16th.
Well, we have to do 3 separate ones. First, because Catherine Yen was not on the board for the April meetings.
Okay.
So for the April 11th and 15th, we can do those 2 together.
Okay.
And then Kathleen, we just abstain.
Okay, she could also, I was thinking she could abstain, but that's fine, we'll do that way. Okay, for the April 11th and 15 minutes, everyone was here. So I will move that we accept the April 11th and April 15th meeting minutes. Seconded. Is there any discussion or concerns about those minutes?
I didn't see any.
Okay. Then all those in favor of approving the April 11th and April 15th meeting minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Kathleen has to abstain because.
I wasn't a trustee yet.
Okay, those are approved.
And then the May 6th, Wolfgang was.
Wolfgang was on here. Okay, I will move that we accept the draft May 6th meeting minutes. We need a second.
Second.
Carolyn seconds. Is there any discussion about the May 6th minutes?
Yes, I already sent just a change of word from read to receive, and then.
That's okay. You can just
Got
say
it.
that you sent me changes and
I sent
I
you.
incorporated all of them.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Kathleen, and thanks, Jody. Any other
They were
discussion?
very minor.
Any other discussion or comments? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor of approving the May 6th meeting minutes, please say aye. Aye.
Abstain.
Wolfgang abstains.
And everyone was here for the
And
16th.
for the April 16th, we were all here, May 16th, thank you. May 16th. Meeting minutes, I will move that we approve the May 16th draft minutes.
Second.
Susan seconds. Is there any discussion or concerns?
Just the date for the public hearing.
Yes, I got that changed.
Okay, so
28th, not the 25th.
Yeah.
changes submitted and changes were incorporated. Any other concerns or questions? All those in favor of approving the May 16th, 2024 meeting minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous. Thank you, Jody.
Sure.
All right, the next order of business is our tax levy resolution. This is something we have to do every year to give Jody permission to collect our taxes and delinquent water and sewer rents. And
There is one thing I wanted to point out, that Tompkins County Assessment provided us with an incorrect total assessment number of $622,735,107, when it was actually $623,037,107, which was a difference of $302,000. So because of that, our tax rate is not $1.50, it is 1.499273.
It's good to be accurate.
Well, you have, once you pass the budget and say that's the amount you're collecting, you have to do a rate, and they can go out 6 places.
Okay,
So they did.
thank you, Jody. How did we catch that?
Well, so they send me a proof, and then I send the numbers back, and they're like, whoops, we gave you the wrong number, that's not our assessed value, it's
Okay.
different,
Okay,
so,
so we were working on incorrect numbers then,
that they gave us.
that they gave us, right?
And they took blame for it, that's okay,
That's,
no big deal.
just don't let it happen again, right?
Yeah, you screw up everything, I don't get $1.50, you gotta go $4.99.
Really? Headaches this has caused. So basically, this warrant is to give Jody the ability, it commands Jody to collect all of the general fund, taxes for the general fund, and delinquent water and sewer rents. So I will move that we approve this warrant under resolution number 7072.
Second.
Any other questions or concerns? Okay, all those in favor of passing this resolution, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. You can now collect money. Okay, the next discussion is, we had briefly discussed at our May 12th meeting, on authorizing me to sign a letter that we addressed to the town of Lansing regarding our support for their trails initiatives. This was drafted by Carolyn Greenwald, which I appreciate. Did everyone have a chance to look at that letter?
Yes.
Does anyone have concerns or improvements or revisions or anything?
No.
Okay,
Not if,
then I will move that we approve this support for the Town Center Greenway Trail and Lansing Greenways.
second.
Susan seconds. All those in favor of approving this letter, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, thank you, Carolyn. Tonight, for the mayor's comments, I really don't have any new comments. I will be gone as of Tuesday of next week, and Carolyn Greenwald, as deputy mayor, will step into the mayor role while I am gone. So just keep in mind that she's filling in for me, and she will absolutely do as good a job. And I will not be, I can receive emails, but I won't be tethered to Wi-Fi or cell towers, so it may take a while for me to respond to anything, so.
Don't worry, we'll hold down the fort.
I just hold down the fort.
You just keep tracking.
Yeah, don't get lost.
Yeah, don't get lost. I don't know, he didn't come back.
Carolyn, I'm making a list of the things that I know kind of that were scheduled for this next month. There aren't many, and a couple of them are optional. It's totally up to you if you want to attend those. I'll send that to you.
Okay.
So anything else, just kind of fill in. The one thing to watch out for, Jody will put timesheets and so forth, to time cards and timesheets that need to be signed, and so you need to come in and sign those so that
Okay.
people can be paid.
Okay, when should I first come in for that?
I'll give you a call.
Okay,
It'll be next week.
okay, fine.
All right, other than that, I have nothing else. So we'll go around the table. Wolfgang?
Nothing.
Susan?
Youth Services met with a at 5 o'clock today with presentation, but, right. I can never remember these organizations.
Recreational Partnership? Or is it?
Was,
Services.
no. Learning Web,
Oh, Learning Web. It's based here in Village or in Lansing.
no, it was Learning Web. Owen Mack and Michelle Nolan presented.
Oh, Michelle Nolan's great.
She seems to have turned around the organization.
Not surprised to hear that.
It's good.
And the one disturbing fact, there doesn't seem to be much interest in the Ithaca School public school system. I asked Ithaca Public Schools to, even when there has been effort on the Learning Webs part, to present, do whatever they could do,
Come in and present what their services are.
yeah, or, I think Cooperative Extension, they said, could come in and take up school space or be there on site. And that she found disturbing, as did other members of the Youth Services Board.
Think about that tomorrow when you vote for school board.
Yep. And also, really everyone, and this seems to be of great concern and disappointment. And it was really sad, because they have services, that would be useful. So anyway, it was a good presentation, and a much more optimistic than it had before Michelle Nolan.
Oh, that's great.
Took on the
Yeah, they were having
responsibility.
problems keeping people.
Yeah, and she's open and honest, and said, it was, she was
And
concerned.
I've never once gone to a beer garden in town and she wasn't there.
All right.
I've only gone like 3 times, but she was there every time.
So did the Youth Services Board have any recommendations of how they might get
Well, I
the services introduced into the?
Well, I
school
asked
district?
that, and that seems to be a question that I think is kind of, they're not discouraged, they're disappointed, but I think it mostly has to do with parents and commitment, and there's community, it's just, somehow they haven't found the inroads to building a relationship, whether that comes from top down, bottom up.
Right.
It's not only the learning web, by the way.
I beg your pardon?
It's not only the learning web.
Oh, no,
We hear that in the Joint Youth Commission.
yes.
We hear that from almost every organization. And it's mainly Boynton Middle School. So there is some interest at DeWitt, but Boynton somehow, we don't see anything. So, so it's not only the learning web.
But it was a better and more optimistic meeting, because I was sort of like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, they have positions that they can fill, but in terms of budgeting years and funding for, they just have to wait and see. So, anyway, but it was a good meeting. Probably one of the best I've attended. Youth, they certainly are in trouble these days.
Yes.
Or it's the parents, or it's just us as a whole. Discipline and go to school and take away, well, same stories.
Anything else, Susan?
Oh, well, Clio is meeting in Seneca County on Wednesday, and
Okay.
that's an in-person meeting at 4 o'clock, if anybody wants to traipse off to.
Is it all in person, or is it a hybrid meeting?
It's in person.
Okay.
I think that might be hybrid
Okay.
on Wednesday, but I'm off to see my family.
Okay.
So, in the North Country.
Do they record those and?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yes,
So we
they
can-
do.
We can watch afterward.
Because it was really, it sounded like a good meeting.
Yeah.
Lots of presenters from up and down. I'll send a link around when I get it back.
Receive it. Yeah. Thank you, Susan. Anything else?
No, thank you. That's it.
Kathleen? Anything from you? I'm sorry.
Find it. No, that's okay. I attended the first CSCCC meeting, community, with Ronnie Hardaway, who's the chair, and had an overview of the status of things, and you put together a great summary with the agenda in advance.
All right, I try to do that.
I can go through that if you like. So the status is basically waiting for DEC, Department of Environmental Conservation. Some materials or information that would be useful from us, that would tie in with the comprehensive plan, would be demographic information on the village, from the village, and history of the village. Were two things that were specified.
Right.
Okay.
The discussion was, a lot of the information we could pull that might be supportive of current action items we're working on. A lot of the preliminary information would come from the comprehensive plan, but we didn't really want to submit anything until the new version is out. There's no hurry, as far as I know. So as you go forward, we'll probably be asking you to send us some information once it's solidified as much as you can.
Okay.
A lot of it has to do with cooling areas, heating areas, public health in times of emergencies, that type of thing. And some of our cooling areas, we don't have the only cooling area I'm aware of officially is the mall. But as far as long-term, what we do, our Greenway Committee and the comprehensive plan points to the Greenway Committee is protecting green space, trees and so forth for shade, so that people can walk in times of heat. And so some of that, it can be used for evidence, and we just have to have it documented through the comprehensive plan, the Greenway plan.
You have me confused.
Why?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We're in action items for the climate smart communities. Climate smart communities, you're supposed to help your municipality prepare for emergencies, and that can be, in case of winter, if it's below freezing, the people have shelters. The county provides shelters. For the summer, they need a cooling center where people who don't have air conditioning in their home or have to have a place to go cool, they could go to the mall and cool off. That's through the county health department, and the Department of Emergency Response have designated our mall as a cooling center. But that's only for times of emergency. But in the short term, the long-term health of our residents, we would, a source of cooling during the summer is have shady parks and places, lined streets where there are trees to keep the sidewalks cool, and we have some of that, and our Greenway plan actually states that. And the village as a whole, the comprehensive plan points to the Greenway plan. So the comprehensive plan and a Greenway plan are two concurrent proponents for things that we already do that we can use as evidence for getting credit within the Climate Smart Communities program.
So you're just saying that you want that in the comprehensive plan?
The comprehensive plan, all the comprehensive plan has to say is that we have a Greenway plan that covers certain topics. And so the cooling centers were one. Another is.
And this is something that you are adding to the Greenway plan now?
Oh, it's already there.
doing?
It's already there. It's already there. It's just, we might expand the definitions of green space to include a more definite way of saying that the trees create an atmosphere, a natural cooling.
It's a hot topic in LA.
So you're planning on changing the Greenway plan?
You don't have to unless.
It's not in there.
Well, no, but the Greenway plan is due for another update probably next year, and we'll change it then. We have a kind of a more general description that does include this as part of the Greenway plan, but to help the village get credit, we might add a little bit more definition to how green space benefits or provides for health and security for people related to heat. So that's part of our discussions. It's early, and this is part of our discussions within the Climate Smart Communities and Clean Energy Communities Committee. So we're preparing for what do we want to do, and then how do we do it? If we've already done it, how do we document it, et cetera. So that's the process. So are we already doing something? Have we documented it? Can we submit it and get credit for it? So we think we can, but we're not sure.
So a lot of the components are already there in the plan, since it's very broad and it deals with climate and resiliency. So you can talk about housing, transportation, water, quality, waste management, energy, disaster preparedness. So all of those components are included.
Okay.
A lot of that we're already doing. It's just getting the documentation correct so that we can submit it and get credit for it. So it's identifying what we're doing, where it's documented, and collecting it and submitting it.
And then I think we also have credit, since we're part of the town, for the energy sensitive.
Right. We will get credits. We've already received some credits for our clean heating and cooling program that we took on late last year, late in 2023. We just received the documentation on the number of people who signed up after that. And because that program ran concurrently between the village and the town of Lansing, anyone who signed up within those two municipalities gives credit to both the town and ourselves for clean energy community credits. So the same list will go to the town and they can claim it too. So that's in the process.
How many signed up?
10, which is the minimum. Yeah, so we're good. Paying attention. Anything else?
That's the only thing I've done so far.
Carolyn?
Very briefly, I replied to the rec partnership saying that maintenance of Akros was good for us, and also from our point of view, from a budgetary point of view, we'd rather see some of the youth services be combined rather than increase budgets. And I got one positive response from the county rep on that, who is named Randy Brown. I don't personally know.
Legislator.
But he said, yeah, that definitely sounds like something the county should be thinking about, which is really where it would happen if all these youth services get combined. So he said that would be a topic of conversation for them. So that's good. So I raised your point, Wolfgang, and there was definitely no objection. I mean, it's clear, right? It makes sense. Might take a couple years, but it's, let's think about that.
He was most adamant at the meeting just today, this evening, about youth services and going to every.
Well, we don't want to not have them. We just want them to be managed appropriately.
And he's very much in favor of whatever he can do.
Good.
Yeah.
And then also, I just have to apologize, I have not had sufficient time between Thursday and now to really think about the solar law. Natalie, I just want to tell you that I got Mike's latest version, and I still think it's too onerous in the tier 1 level. And so what I wanted to do was just think about it more, share my thoughts with the board, and then talk to Mike Scott and meet with him. And I couldn't make it happen in the next 4 days, so I apologize. So I still want to do all of that, but I just didn't want to see people have to get stamped reports if it doesn't need by New York State law to get stamped, and I didn't want to see people to put up a bond just to put something on in their own property at the residential level. So, but that's just my thoughts, that's not the board's thoughts, that's not anyone else's thoughts, and I just wanted to talk to Mike Scott about my thoughts first, and then share them with you guys and get your thoughts. So that's where we are with the solar law, and I'm sorry, I was not able to do that. That's all I have.
Apologies necessary, Carolyn. It's fine.
And now that you're being gone for a month, we can definitely think about it over the next month and talk about it again when Ronnie gets back.
You can discuss that and pass it. I trust the consensus of the four that are left. I mean,
Okay,
my discussion has been recorded, and I pretty much agreed with everything that was said. So if you can get it done quick and get it out of the way.
Okay.
While I'm gone,
but we'll try.
feel free to do that. If not, we can discuss it when I get back. And
We really do want to get that done.
Yeah, but it has to be, it has to be right, but yeah, okay, that's all though, thanks.
Okay. Any other comments, questions?
And the only, well, just a quick, the solar law with regard to resale. Is it, and that may be something.
What's the question regarding resale?
If a property owner, upon the sale of the property, chooses not to want the solar panels, how does that impact?
Well, it would depend on,
That's something to think about, we don't need to discuss
I
it.
mean, it would depend.
But in
They can
terms of-
actually remove the solar panels, but at least part of the law, that the last version I saw, and I wasn't at the joint meeting, so I don't really know how it's more sense, was that if there's any conditions or maintenance plans associated with that, that Peter and I were of the thought that something should be recorded to alert people to that.
Because we had
reality.
Peter, I think Peter was,
Yeah, Peter was.
was here then.
But if otherwise, they just want to remove the solar panels when they purchase the property and they don't want them anymore, they're welcome to remove them. It's their property at that point, but if they want to keep them,
Condition, if it's a condition of the
they
sale,
have to be decommissioned properly. But if they don't want them, I don't foresee a condition that they have to keep them operating for a certain period of time.
right, but removal, I mean, it could become an issue. Buyers and sellers coming to terms.
Right now, whenever I see a solar panel, I always ask for permits and any conditions from towns, just as a matter of course. There's not that many currently in Ithaca, so. as they become
Writing
more
the solar
popular,
law,
We'll see how
or as properties
impact transactions.
so quickly, who knows? It's just something I was concerned about. Some people may think solar panels are the best thing since sliced bread. Other people say, nope, not interested, remove them. Or they want to use ground mounted for crops or chickens or grass. I don't know.
Yeah.
But just something to think about. So whether it's owners up front or on the back end,
If you're the buyer and you don't want it, you make it a condition, like, I'm gonna buy this house, but you're gonna take down the solar panels first. It doesn't have to, the village isn't really,
You're gonna take them down. We don't get involved in that. No. We just wanna make sure that they're aware if there are conditions of maintenance attached to them, that they're not surprised after the fact.
I mean, that was my only thought.
And having that process of how to file with the county clerk
Yeah.
would be really,
It's very simple, it's a one-pager that I drafted up for Mike Scott to just mark the box, and it's $50.50 to record in the clerk's office.
Any other comments? I will move that we adjourn for tonight.
Seconds.
Susan seconds. All those in favor say aye.
And we wish you.
wonderful trip.
Yes.
Excited.
Thank you.
Yeah, where are you going, Mike?
UK.
I haven't been here for a long time. The UK, so.
oh,
You can keep up with our private lives, Natalie, no vacations.
I've just been jet setting.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
I'll send you some things.
this is yours.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I put it in,
Thanks. Fabulous.
I have more questions and answers,
Okay,
but maybe you know.
excellent.
comment
The
thing.
first one is,
Okay, yeah.
Awesome.
was
It's interesting.
the village.
It is
And
interesting.
you got the other,
Norway, Janivar, and, no, Johnstone Circle, Bomax. and
19.
Norway.
Make me a
This
Gmail
version was
account.
not,
That's your homework assignment. Make me a Gmail account. You can do it, you can do it.
I'm with the,
now these are
Ithaca Times.
a lot of easements for
Hi. How are you?
Any well?
Norway, property in Norway, Lansing Trails 2, that are all signed by the property owners, never signed by Don
I
Hart.
can maybe bring anything to my attention.
Okay, great. Do you want me to hang on to this, or should I give it to Jody?
Permanent easement
Jody?
for sewer, water main, water main, water main, conservation and drainage, conservation and drainage,
Yes, I'm physically calling in the van.
conservation and drainage,
We're happy to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
sewer, 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 water, and then
Were
various.
they all filed?
No, they weren't even signed by Don.
What was the date on those, roughly?
2009. These were like when we were going through and like deading our files for
Right.
the village, these are some of the things that we found. So I had an email out to Mike Scott to be like, were these taken, but like, never, did we decide we didn't need them? Or did we think we had them? Do we think we have them? Are we doing work there now? But he didn't get a chance to get back to him.
That was before my time, so I don't
Yeah.
have any idea.
I can look back in the minutes, because obviously they would.
Oh, look at that beautiful pen and beautiful signature. I'm not gonna be able to live up to this.
Damn.
I can't live up to this.
Practice, Carol.
Look at this. So expensive looking.
I guess I should.
Very nice.
I learned,
Well,